Welcome to part 2 of the Roman estate tutorial. Let's pick up right where we left off. So in the last video, we covered only these two phases. We're going to try and make a bit more progress today. So with that in mind, I believe you should have already finished off all the garden walls here and all the pathways as well. So we are focusing on these two blocks here all the way around the massive slice we're going to be taking a look at here. So you're going to be building the front entrance triumphal archway, as you see done here. Fairly simple pattern to replicate, just some stone bricks and some cobblestone. Over here, we are doing a bit more of the formal gardens. You should have all the hedges in place. So you're coming through here now and adding these decorative fenelles here, which you're doing with just some cobblestone stairs facing each other. And you're doing these for all four of the sections here. And for here in the middle, we are doing some cobblestone stairs right side up and then on top of each other right here. And then facing each other again here in a little cross pattern. And we're going to be putting a little bit more on the top of that in the next phase over there. Now for these trees, I think what I'm going to do for this, it would be best if I show you maybe a completed tree model at the end, but in between here I'm going to give you a view of these trees. Now it may look like there is a leaf block missing here, but there is not, because these are sculpted into sort of a corkscrew pattern, and the leaves are going to be doing that as we go upwards. Let's take a look at a completed model over here. You can perhaps see the pattern here. It may be with the leaf textures and the shadows and everything. It may just be just a little bit too hard to see that. So later on, I think I will take one of these models and replace all of the leaves with wool so you can see the pattern more clearly there. It may be a little too difficult to describe there, but they all start on the bottom here with the tree stumps that you built in the last phase over here, remember? You're extending the wood up and you're starting to wrap the leaves around here at the third block level. You want to leave 3 blocks and then start wrapping your leaves around like so. All right, I believe that covers the trees and the formal gardens here. Most of the effort in the formal gardens was getting the hedges in the last phase. Over here, we are building out a bit of the lying down lion statue, as you see done here, with a ledge of upside down stone brick stairs all the way around the base to finish off the base. And then from the top down, here is a slice of the lion itself, as you see done here. It's mostly cobblestone, but it's got some stairs, and some of them are upside down and facing each other. We've got the tail back here, the legs over here, and the front paws over here, and a little bit of the mane down here as well. Now, I have gone through building these statues in a previous tutorial, even though I made those out of quartz, but this is going to be cobble here. But the block pattern should be pretty much the same. I think those were actually royal lions, so they will be slightly different, actually. Over here, here is some more detail on the center part of the fountain, which you can build up at this phase. And you're doing that with some upside down cobblestone stairs all the way around here, and then some cobblestone slabs here as well, with a full block in the middle here. I believe you can just place some water around here, probably some there to get it to fill up there, but we will take a look at a completed fountain later on. Let us go over here and take a look at these side pavilion buildings. We are focusing on this 2-block slice here all the way around the building, and you can see what we are doing on the foundations that you laid out. You are putting in some cobblestone here and some stone bricks on the outside, according to this pattern here, with an upside down ledge of both cobblestone stairs, which you should already have, but now stone brick stairs added here with full blocks behind those. And all of the piers for these are going to be 4 blocks wide, and they're going to be edged out with cobblestone here, but in the middle they have stone bricks there. So you want to, on the foundation that we laboriously laid out, you want to extend that upwards, as you see done here, all the way around the pavilion, and build out the door sections as you see here. That's just some doors with some spruce tree trunks in those directions there. It's the same on both sides, by the way. And all 4 sides of those are going to be the same as you see done there. So let's take a look at the interior here. It's a little bit different from the exterior. We have the cobble that we laid out here already, but we are putting on top of that a band of stone bricks all the way around the room. But on top of that, you're facing that with some cobblestone stairs, as you see done here for these sections. All right. Now in the middle over here, this is the stairwell that will let us access the 2nd floor. So you want to do that with just a cobblestone wall and with some stone bricks underneath it and some chiseled stone bricks, as you see here, with some doors and a lintel of spruce tree trunks and some torches, as you see there. So once we go in the doors, we have our baseboards we laid out, and on top of those you're putting on red nether brick and spruce, as you see done here, like that. So I'll go slow, give you a good panning view of all these sections here. Remember, for the tutorial, there are far too many blocks for me to possibly build these to you in one lifetime, so what I have to do is to show them to you pre-built, so you can pause the video and look at them and just replicate the block patterns that you see on your screen. Alright, so going to be a lot of that in this tutorial, so I think that building is fully covered. So let us move on a little bit back here. We have some more trees we are extending up with the corkscrew leaf pattern. Remember, there is another archway that we are building over here, and that is going to be a copy, an exact copy of the archway here at the front. Is on the sides back over there. So as we build one of those, I will show you that in detail, but bear in mind you build that over here, and you're going to be building it once more on the other side of the main house. Right? So let's ignore the main house for the moment and look at the pavilion back here. Remember, this is the smaller pavilion, but it has the same interior design on the outside. As you can see done here, this is the same patterns that I just described to you on the outside and the inside. And the stairwell over here is an exact copy of the one I just described to you as well. So you will need to build that out according to this pattern here. All right, back here there is a bit of a base for the eagle statue, which I'm just going to give you a look at this, because as I have done with the lions, there is a dedicated tutorial for the eagle statues themselves that you may find more beneficial to watch when constructing that area of the base. But you can see there are some trees back here as well. And let us move on again to the last pavilion back here. So all of these column bases are exactly the same. As you see here, we have diorite column drums, but we have stone brick stairs facing each other like so, in a little cross pattern there. So every time you put down a cobblestone cross in the last phase here on top of that, you're putting stone brick stairs and then a diorite column drums, and we're going to be extending those up as we go along. So you should already know the positions of those. Here's a view of the stone brazier design. This is done with double slabs here and here. Smooth stone. Well, no, wait, I'm wrong about that. This is done with upside down stone brick stairs here and then smooth stone slabs on top of that. And then your lit burning netherrack there. If you prefer, you can also just replace the netherrack down here with a campfire instead. Here's also a view of the complete double tall ferns with their urn planters here, and it's just done with grass block and some trap doors, as you see done there. So all of those are exactly the same design wherever you see them. So let me give you a good top-down view of this section along here and go through with the patterns that we laid out in the previous sections and build all of that up. All right, so there is the view from the top here. And let me just sort of pan over the entire face here and give you a view of the entire face. All right, now we need to focus on the main house. And I think we will start at the front. So up here, we are building out the lower courses of the pediment. And you are doing that with the same design that you did with the side pavilions, but you are replicating that on top of the foundations again here. As you can see, they are all 4 blocks wide around the house without exception. And when you turn a corner, they are 4 blocks wide here again as well. And here and there as well as we move around. And back here also, we have our archway sort of colliding with the building here, so bear that in mind. And a view around the back here. We also have an entrance doorway I talked about last time, flanked by some chiseled stone bricks on both sides, as you see done here with a break in the upside down stairs here to allow for that. So you want to build this section out as you see done here. And here is a view going along the back. We have our garden wall coming in through here. But on top of the foundation, you want to build out the patterns as you see here, which is sort of the lower part, sort of the back patio area here. And that's done with just cobblestone in a 2 and a 1 and a 2 and a 1 pattern. As you see done there, and it interfaces with the columns here, and it turns a corner going around like so. And we began constructing the lower courses of the stairs over here as well. You see done here. So I'll give you a good slow view of those. As you can see, it goes up 2 flights and pauses for 2 blocks here and then starts going up another flight. And it does that like so. And of course, the other side here is just a mirror of what I just showed you there. Right, I think that faithfully covers the, well, no, there's a little bit behind the porch here I didn't directly talk about. So we have this area here, which is sort of an ambulatory space, which leads under the main pediment to our main doorways here. So you want to construct this out as you see done here on the outside with the stone bricks, the cobblestone walls and the chiseled stone bricks and the doors. So let's go in the double doors here and take a view of the other side. Now for this, I have used a random assortment of black stone here. You can use pretty much whatever material you prefer. If you want to use maybe some nether brick or a different type of wood, or perhaps some wool or terracotta, or whichever wall material you prefer to use down here. But as you can see, as a general rule, there are some exceptions. There will be 2 blocks of wall material, and then there will be a block of spruce. So as you can see here, 2 blocks of wall material and a block of spruce. And another 2 blocks of wall material, and where it would be a block of spruce, we have a wall. So we have turned the corner here with our spruce, 2 more blocks and a bit more spruce. And another doorway here as well. Most of these doorways are going to be the same, as you see done over there, by the way. So let me give you a good slow view around here so you can see the spacing. We're staring at the front area here. And we're panning over this way. And as you can see, there is a break in the design here. We have a 5 block ledge of spruce here and more over here, because we are going to have windows in these sections here. So this is going to be the base of those windows, by the way. So here is a view of this room here. And the other side of the room from here. And the room back here, I believe, is pretty much just a copy. As you can see, they share a wall here. And here is the main walls, the walls of the main room of this lowest floor. We are beginning to construct some stairs that will be leading us up our main stairwell, as you see done here, with spruce and tree trunks and a couple of fences there. Over here we have these walls there, and these walls back here. As you can see, some of them are double thickness, while at times they're only 1 block thick. This had to be done for various reasons. Here is the view of the room with the back doors here from this side, and a view on the other side here. Now, if the wall materials I've used are a bit too confusing and you really don't want to do the 2 material thing, you could just make them either all nether brick or all spruce. But I haven't done that in the reference model. But if you're having difficulty with this, you could just simplify the build like that. So let me give you a good top-down view so you can see sort of the entire thing in profile. All right, and remember, the entire house is symmetrical. So what you build on this side over here, we have our center line coming through here. You want to mirror that on this side over here and do it exactly the same. So if I go up here, you can see that it is mirrored in that way. All right, I believe we have covered everything there is to discuss in that phase. So let us move on over to phase number 4. So let us start here. At the front, we are building up the main gateway again. Focus on this 2 block slice here as we go around. Here's the sides of that and a view from the top down there. Pretty simple design. As I've said, we are finishing out the decorative ornaments over here with a bit more stone brick stairs here and a chiseled stone brick on top of that. I think there may be a cobblestone wall on top of that. I don't remember if I put one there or not. But we can see a little bit more of the tree here as we go along. I will knock out these blocks here and replace them with this nice high contrast red wool. So you can see the basic pattern of this. The trees, they have sort of a modular design because once you make one full twist around here, you can see how to construct the entire tree, because all they are doing is twisting straight up about 3.5 times until they get to the top there. And of course, every tree is exactly the same, except what I have done in some of these is as I pasted them in, I would rotate them. In other words, I built this one and then I copied and pasted it here, but I rotated it 90 degrees. And when I did that again over here for this one, I rotated it again, and so on and so forth until I got all the way to the back here. So if you want to do that in your tree designs, you can. If you want to copy verbatim what I did there, but it's not necessary. You might like them to be all lined up and symmetrical. So here are the trees again on that small garden over there, and I think let's take a look at the fountain, because I believe at this phase we finished the fountain, and we do that with, you just put one block of water here at the top of this 2-block thing, and that will give you the entire design for the fountain there. So you want to do that like that, and you can also put a little bit more water over here if you prefer as well. I think I missed doing that in the reference model, but that's something you should correct in your own fountain design there. So that completes the fountain. Here is a bit more detail on the lion over here. I'll try and give you a view of this from the side, sort of slowly going around here. Some of the cobblestone stair elements may be a little bit difficult to see. But remember, there is a dedicated tutorial for the lions themselves if this one isn't quite good enough. Now let us take a bit more at the pavilion over here. It'll be fairly easy. What you did down here for the last phase, these 2 blocks, just do 2 more blocks straight up with the same designs. Now the windows, they all share the same design here with the fencing here in the window frame, 3 blocks wide. Each window is going to share the same design as you see done here. And here is a bit of detail of the door as well. All right, let's take a look on the inside. It's fairly easy. Behind what you did with the cobblestone stairs here, behind that, just straight up 2 blocks, stone bricks, all the way around the building, according to these patterns that you see done here. And over here on this end of the building, there's a bit more of the stairwell to take a look at. Now, first off, there is the design for the door here, and you are making a frame out of chiseled stone bricks. But out front of that, you want to put some upside down stone brick stairs, and then right side up facing each other, and some decorations of cobblestone walls on top of those to sort of give us a stately top to our door here. Just a little bit of low-key ornamentation. So if we go in the doors here, we can see we are extending the interior walls up, but on the sides here, we are starting the first of the glass windows that we were going to be building a lot of those. But you can see those done here. It's the other side of the door. You can also see that you are building a small landing back here. with the stairs, you go up a couple of blocks here. We have a small landing beside the window. And then we are turning the stairs again here, as I showed you in the initial demonstration model. Now for the glass here, you will notice what I do with my glass. These are full blocks right there, as you can hopefully see. But interspersed amongst those are going to be light blue stained glass panes. We have full blocks, and then we have the panes. If you want to decorate this with a bit more stained glass, say maybe some purple, or whichever color you prefer, you can make a bit of a random kaleidoscope pattern. But keep the alternating block and pane thing that I have shown you done there. As you can see, it's just a full block here and a full block here, but in between that, you put a pane. And then on top of that, you put a full block, and then on either side of that, you put 2 panes. So you now know that on top of this, what will follow will be 2 full blocks and then a pane. So the glass for the entire manor is arranged in that exact same design. So now that I've taken the time to remark on that, you will remember that as we go along here. So here's a view of the pavilion area from the top down. And let me go to the back here, and remember you are doing the same design except just 2 segments shorter for the back pavilion here. The entire stairwell is a copy and paste of that one over there. All right, let me show you, I think here's a bit more of the base for the eagle statue back here. Very simple. Over here, on all of your column drums, you put down this block of diorite, but for this phase and probably the next one, you are extending the column drums straight up for several blocks there. So there shouldn't be anything more to talk about with that. So let's go, I think, now to the front of the main house and take a look at what is going on there. So as you can see, we have the window designs that I talked about with the small pavilions over there. They are the same design for the main house as you see done here. Let me go around the sides here. And of course, you are copying your entrance triumphal archway over here, exactly as you build it over there. Now for this window here, you want to fill this in with just straight cobblestone because there is not a window here, because on the other side of this window frame is a wall, which means we cannot have a window, so there is not one there. And indeed, it is blocked mostly by the gateway anyway, so there was no point in having one. But we have windows on the back here. And we are putting the top on this doorway over here with a upside down stone brick stair there. And going around here, we can see that we are extending up all the cobblestone that we made. And if we swing around here, we can see that we are extending 2 more flights of cobblestone stairs up as well, according to these designs here. And you want to do that on both sides there, of course. And on top of this, we are putting in, looks like, a bit more andesite. We're going to have a large porch here with our central knight statue, our central Roman soldier statue, somewhere around there. And I think now let us return to the front and take a look at this section here. It's fairly plain with just stone bricks all the way around here. By the way, this is stone bricks, and so is this. This is just my texture pack doing some randomization, but all of these blocks are stone bricks. You can fairly clearly see the difference between that and cobble. As we go along here, there's a color change. The cobble is a bit darker, by the way, so don't let any of that throw you as we go along. So here's a view of the main doorway. You can see more chiseled stone bricks, not lodestones, chiseled stone bricks. and cobblestone walls, sort of attached small pilasters on either side of those, as you see done there. And I will leave the torch placement up to you. Remember, my torch placements here are just suggestions. I suppose if you're building this in survival, you will need many more torches than that. Now, for the last section, we built up to here, which was the base sections of all of these walls and their spruce dividers. So the good news is for this phase, you just want to go around and build everything straight up 2 blocks according to these patterns here. And you're also doing a bit more of the doorways, as you see done here. And there is an archway here as well, as you see there. A bit more of the stairs, as you see here. It's just the same design that you did for these 2 blocks. Just move it forward and up and build it again, as you see done there. So I think if I go up and give you a good top-down view of this section, you can see what we are doing there. For the most part, you are just extending everything straight up 2 blocks for all the walls and their details. There are some small changes back here because these windows back here face the porch, so they're at a different height. So their windowsill did not start down here, it starts up here, by the way. So that is a small change on this face. So let me give you a good top-down view of the entire phase. I believe, according to my timer, we will have enough time to get one more in on this section. All these phases are taking quite a long time to describe because, as you can see, they are enormous. All right, so let's start with the top-down view of the next phase, since I'm already up here. I think all we will have to talk about on this one is going to be mostly the houses and pavilions. So let's lower down and go to the front over here and take a look at this. So we have the design for the main triumphal entryway. It's just a bit of stone bricks, cobblestone, and diorite layered out as you see done there. Same side, both sides are the same. Trees are continuing their sort of corkscrew pattern around. I think I showed you enough of that in the last phase. But if the trees are somewhat more confusing, drop a comment, let me know, and I will endeavor to explain them more clearly in the next video on that. As I've said, we finished the fountain, so let's take a look at the lion. Over here on these 2 blocks, you're building mostly the main with a jumble of black stone stairs. It's like stairs and slabs and arranged in sort of a ruffled pattern. Hopefully it will be easy enough to see, but it may not be. But anyhow, they just have to look good from a distance, by the way. So you don't have to get the lion exactly correct. You have some half slabs here on the back to finish that off well. And as I've said, these already have their own dedicated tutorial if you need extra help with that. Now, let's take a look at the side pavilions again. So the good news is these sections are going up 2 more blocks, exactly the same as you did. The window designs exactly the same. In fact, around the entire room, just extend everything up an additional 2 blocks, except at this phase, at the top here, we are putting in a bit of diorite because these are the lower parts of the arches that will be vaulting over the entire area on the inside here. If you remember, that's how this is constructed. So we have the wall over here that leads to our stairwell. So let's go in the stairwell and take a look upwards. As you can see, the glass is indeed extending upwards with its pattern. as I described to you previously over here. I'll give you a view of the inside wall here. You're just extending everything straight up there. And the stairwell itself has bent with its landing over here and is now going straight up over there. Okay. Good top-down view here. And a top-down view of this entire small pavilion. All right, let me go over this way and give you the top-down view of the smaller pavilion. Remember, this one is the same as the previous one. It is just shorter. And I think you have a good handle on that by now. And as I have said, here's a little bit more of the base of the eagle statue. You're just extending all of that straight upwards as well. And exactly the same for all the diorite column drums back here as well. Okay, before we start with the stairs over here, let's start at the front over here and work our way back. So here is the main window design in the front. This is the same on top of the foundations that we've already built. You're just extending this straight up as well. Pretty much what you did with the pavilion. Remember to close in this window like so, all the way around the base. There's a little bit of detail. There's a small triangular pediment over the doorway here, and you're just doing that with upside down stone brick stairs and a couple of half slabs on top of that there. Here is a view of this section here. We're sort of capping these off here with some stone brick stairs facing each other like so to sort of make a little archways around here. We sort of have 4 archways there. Another 3 around this side here. So here's a view. This is where we stopped last time, but now you're turning a corner and you're going up 2 flights of stairs as you see done here, and these stairs should be 5 blocks wide as you see done there, with some banisters of chiseled stone bricks here and there. And there's also some more placements of some planters here also. There are some windows, some very small windows for the back sections here. I think if I just should take a step back and give you a good view of it from this sections here. And a view of the side here. And a sort of a top-down detail on this section. Now you can see in the middle here, is along our center line, we have a 5x5 column of sort of a base for our statue, which is done with stone bricks and cobblestone stairs, giving us a 3-block section here, which we will begin to construct our soldier statue on in the next video on that. So I think to give you a good top-down view of the entire house, looking towards the back there for this section, because this will make more sense when we land and go inside, because as you can see, it is at this phase we are making a floor. Well, actually we're making a ceiling that we're going to be putting a floor on, and we will have the entire first or ground floor done here. And as you can tell, we are also constructing another triangular pediment over the double doors for the front here. We have a bit of diorite behind those as well to sort of make the central section pop out a little bit. So, as we enter in the rooms, it's probably too dark. So we will be having one of these. There we go. So for in here, we are constructing the ceiling of the ground floor, and we are focusing on these sort of two blocks here, block and the one above it. And as you can see, when you get to about 4 blocks up with the black stone here, we are putting in front of that spruce tree trunks, but they're all sort of laying on their sides here to serve as beams, wooden beams. And in between those, we have, in general, we have 2-block coffers here in the middle, as you see done there. So if you refer back to the top-down view, you will be able to see all of these in profile from the top. I'll show it to you again at the end here. But we also have some supports over here made out of wood as well. These are just sort of wooden ledges to help support the beams as they go across the room here. So let me show you this room from this section here. Remember, our center line is going through here, by the way. All right, so let me now go through these doors, give you a view of the completed room back here. And you can see there's kind of a gap up here between the spruce beams and our windows. View of the corner over here. Now, in general, I try to make the coffers on these too wide, and I can do that up to a point. Over here, we just sort of had to fudge these last sections here, and they are only 1 wide. So a view of the back wall over here, and the ceiling over there. You also have upside down spruce over the doorways along here. So if we go through this main archway here, we can see that our stairs are headed upwards to their landing right here, and then they are turning a corner, and then they're going up this way. The landing is 2 by 3, as you see here. And you can also see from the top here, there is cobblestone and stone bricks dividing the rooms. And you can clearly see from above here what I just showed you from below for those 2 rooms. So here's the view over the main rooms here, and the large range of back rooms over here as well. We couldn't have a 2 by 2, and I didn't want to have a 1 and then a beam and then a 1, so I just went with 3 for that one. So let's actually land and take a look inside this large long room back here as well. Sort of pan along here, give you a view of this. We have these small windows here behind the porch, the back porch that I referenced earlier, just to give you a little bit of light in this section here. Very common thing to do on ground floors, having these small skylight windows up there at the top. Over here we have a small sort of antechamber, sort of a little mud room back here from this doorway that comes from the outside, and it is arranged according to this pattern here. We have the dividing wall. It's only 1 block thick. It is sitting on top, or rather below, the spruce beam down here for that section. And both of those rooms, as I have said, are exactly the same there. So, I think I have shown you all of these rooms for long enough for you to be able to replicate them. And if I go up here and give you a good top-down view of the house again, looking towards the back there, and then one last top view of the entire phase that we have done for this section. So that's going to be all the time we have for today. I know I only got through 3 phases, but we have also reached the limit of the amount of time I can talk for. So we're going to have to be cutting it here, and we will be coming back with parts probably maybe 3, 4, and 5, or however many it's going to take to fully and properly describe the building of the base. So thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time.